Okay, the next question is from an INFJ. There's an idea I've had that resonates with me. The idea is that wounding which happens in relationships must be healed in relationships. This makes so much sense to me with regards to my understanding of attachment and my experience healing in my relationship with my therapist. My question is, what happens if one romantic partner is willing to do the relationship work, but the other is not? For example, I'm interested in learning how to handle conflict together and how to repair after a rupture, but my partner believes that I should accept him as he is. The idea of working on a relationship feels alien to him, and he believes it either works or it doesn't. I'm feeling frustrated, angry, and alone in this relationship. Should I just keep focusing on my own behavior and drop the expectation of him to work on his? How can I heal my attachment wounds when his role in our relationship is staying the same? Okay, so a couple of things with this. With attachment wounds, you are always likely to try and grab a hold of the attention of the other person. And if you don't feel like they're giving you their attention, it can feel very wounding. It can feel like it's almost like scratching open the old wounds because they're not paying attention to you. So from that perspective, if you just understand that, then you can also understand that you're likely to be very hyper vigilant, just so that I'm clear, in terms of abandonment. Okay, so you are wired to keep an eye out for an abandonment that might happen. And you're an INFJ, which means that your inner three-year-old inner child, which is outward sensing, is always on the lookout for things going wrong. So if you are already triggered, then interpreting the behavior of the other person is not going to help you. In fact, it's going to make the situation worse for you. Now, that's one premise. So that doesn't actually mean anything other than just setting that premise before I actually answer the question. You are completely in your right to ask for your needs to be met in your relationship, and whether your partner can or cannot meet your needs, that's a whole different thing. You should never be obviously in an abusive relationship. That should never be compromised on, because if you're experiencing actual abuse, then you need to get out. If what you are experiencing is what's called abuse that is interpreted, so like interpreted abuse or what you feel like perceived abuse, which may actually not be abuse but just you being triggered into feeling abused, then that's a whole different thing, and that's something that you might need to go into a little bit deeper, with a professional. And if you're struggling with this, just send us an email at desk@inafixproject.com, and we can find you a good resource to start working on that. But the bottom line is that just like they have their right to ask for their needs to be met, which if their need is not that things should just work or not work, and they shouldn't put work into a relationship, then it is also exactly this. You also have the exact right, same right to ask for a person, for a partner who is willing to do their work. Who you should both have what you want. You should both have what is right for you, and if you can come together as those people and have that and want that, and still allow the other person to be exactly who they are, and not kind of put attachment into what their approach in life means about you, then you might be able to have a relationship with each other, even if you don't agree on this. Or you might decide that, you actually want a relationship where you both proactively work together, and then that's just your current partner is just not the right partner for you. And the same the other way around, he has the right to ask for things to just work out. And if you're not the right person for that, then you're in your right to say, hey, look, it's not right for me. So nobody needs to be wrong here. Entering into a power struggle about, about things like this is completely counterproductive for both of you, because what you end up doing is you end up playing a power struggle in a relationship where neither one of your needs are being met. So it's almost like, you have this one life. What are you doing with it? If you yourself want to say, I want to get rid of my attachment wounding and I want to just focus on being able to love a person without them performing in any particular way, then this might be exactly the right relationship for you, where you can learn to be, inverted commas, abandoned at critical moments, where you learn to self-soothe. So only you know what the right thing for you is. And I'm no judge of it, certainly, and neither is anybody else. But if you feel like you need to talk about this more, to get more clarity on it, please get in touch with us, because we'll give you more precise resources once we've spoken to you specifically about this. So I want to say, if I could take away your pain around attachment wounding, I would, as a person with the same wounding or similar wounding as well. I get how hard it is. But I will also say at the same time that if you are able to let people just be exactly how they are and you learn to not take their behavior to mean anything about your value, your life will open up in a very different way. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry I can't tell you should dump the asshole, because it's not about that. It's actually a very rare person that's really an asshole. So this isn't a cut and dried issue. And I know your 10-year-old would love it to be, but it's not. We're grown-ups, and we need to look at things from a grown-up perspective. Or you don't. Yeah. Don't let me tell you what to do. If you don't feel like it, just slam the door. You have the right to do that too, because you will learn exactly what you need to learn from that too. So I hope that answers that question for you. I'd love to hear more about that.